Here, this is a gift to celebrate your discharge. Open it later, okay? As Ashley, who always harasses me, handed over the gift box. I could hear father-in-law Thomas and Kevin chatting in the background. When I opened Ashley's present and saw what was inside, I screamed in an indescribable voice and threw the box into the trash can. Rage coursed through me, feeling like my blood vessels might burst. I couldn't believe she could be this malicious. I could never forgive Ashley, no matter what happens. A loud noise came from the trash can, and Kevin and Thomas came to see what was happening. What's going on, Patricia? That? Patricia, it's terrible to throw away a present from Ashley. That's right, apologize to Ashley. With trembling hands, I pointed at the trash can and shouted at Kevin and Thomas, who were speaking all at once. Look inside! Properly! Kevin skeptically peered into the trash can, his face turning pale as he saw the contents. My name is Patricia. I'm 29 years old and have been a housewife since getting married 5 years ago. Patricia, shall we get going? Yeah, wait for us, Kevin. Thomas, we'll be back soon. Take care, you two. I get along well with my kind husband, Kevin, who is the same age as me. Kevin's family only had his father, Thomas, as his mother passed away early. When we got married, I suggested living with Thomas so he wouldn't be alone. We've been living together as a family of 3 ever since. Thomas treats me like his real daughter, and to me, he's like a real father. While heading to our destination, I chat with Kevin. Kevin, thanks for always being there for me. What are you talking about? I always look forward to coming here too. Kevin and I were on our day off, visiting children's homes. I love children and worked as a preschool teacher before getting married. Afterward, I started volunteering at children's homes to care for the children. Kevin eventually started joining me in this activity. Patricia, long time no see! It has been a while. Has everyone been doing well? An older child hugged me as I arrived. Kevin was also popular among the boys who wanted to practice soccer. Patricia, read us a book! While playing with everyone, a 3-year-old boy named Charles, who recently joined the children's homes, came to me with a picture book. He had no one to rely on since his parents died in an accident. He was at an age where he still needed to be pampered. Of course! Come, sit on my lap. Charles climbed onto my lap with a happy expression and listened to the storybook. I felt a surge of affection, but knew I had to maintain a professional distance. As it was time to leave, I said goodbye to the children, including Charles, who looked reluctant. It was a fun day, and the kids were adorable. Yes, they were. I wish I could have a baby of my own, too. It's been 5 years since we got married. We've always wanted children, but we haven't been blessed with one yet. Don't worry too much. Sure, it'd be great to have kids, but I'm happy just living life with you, Patricia. Thank you, Kevin. As we talked, we returned home to find familiar shoes at the entrance. There was a pair of women's high heels and 2 small pairs of Avengers shoes. Oh, looks like Ashley and her kids are here. Kevin's voice was excited, but I instantly felt a sense of dread. My nephews came running to the entrance excitedly. Hey, Patricia! Let's play Avengers! Welcome back, Kevin. Ashley, my sister-in-law, appeared, her plump body swaying. She was as flashy as ever. It's been a while, Ashley. Sure has. Are you doing your job as a wife properly? Anyway, I came to talk to Dad today. So can you look after the kids for a bit? Yes. I could only respond meekly to her authoritative tone. Ashley, married with 2 young sons, lives nearby and often drops by. She adores Thomas and Kevin and seems to depend on her parental home a bit too much. She always expects me to babysit when she visits. While Kevin and I were babysitting the nephews in the room next to the living room, I overheard Thomas and Ashley's conversation. So I want Dad's company to handle the products made at my husband's family's business. We're really struggling with the management right now. I see. Alright, if I can help your family, I will. Yay! And one more thing, can the kids get some allowance? Well, a little bit is okay. Call the kids here. And Kevin, too. Thanks, Dad. Thomas, Ashley, and Kevin get along well. Ever since mother-in-law passed away, they've supported each other and lived together. This situation probably strengthened their bond. However, Ashley seemed to dislike my presence. To her, I'm the annoying woman who is the wife of her beloved brother and adored by Dad, whom she loves dearly. That must be it. Oh, Kevin, Dad was calling for you? Oh, got it. You kids, Grandpa's going to give you some allowance. Go on. As Kevin and the kids left, Ashley entered the room. By the way, Patricia, still no baby? The usual conversation started, and I tensed up. Yes. Kids are so cute, aren't they? Well, you'd know, having been a preschool teacher, right? Yes, I do think about it if we are blessed with one. Hasn't it been 5 years? Maybe there's a problem with you, Patricia. Ashley was always like this. Initially, she made snide remarks about my housekeeping, but in recent years, she's been blaming me for not being able to have children. I couldn't say anything and just looked down. You should be careful about your daily actions, Otherwise, a baby might not come to you. Yes. Seeing tears in my eyes, Ashley seemed satisfied and started preparing to leave. Despite feeling a stomachache, I somehow managed to join Kevin and Thomas in seeing Ashley and her family off. That night, when I went to the bathroom, I noticed unexpected bleeding. Concerned, Kevin suggested we visit a gynecologist the next day. The diagnosis I received was beyond anything I could have anticipated. You have cervical cancer. It's progressed to a stage where immediate surgery is necessary. The doctor's serious expression made me react impulsively. Does this mean I can't hope for a baby anymore? The doctor silently shook his head. It wasn't metastasized to other parts, but I needed a complete hysterectomy. Overwhelmed by shock, I broke down in tears. Kevin's hands, as he held my shoulders, were also trembling. Even if we can't have children, I just need Patricia to be alive. That's all that matters to me. On the way home, Kevin said this while looking into my eyes. I could tell there was no falsehood in his words. Kevin, I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Let's focus on getting through the surgery first. I felt grateful that Kevin was my husband. That's what I thought. Thomas, upon hearing the news, was also worried and took extra care of me, doing household chores more than ever. However, Ashley was different. Taking advantage of a moment when we were alone, she threw harsh words at me. Oh, cervical cancer, huh? Isn't that something you get from being with too many people? That's not true at all. I've never done anything like that, I finally retorted. But still, being unable to have children is like the end of you as a woman, right? What? Stunned by her words, Ashley added insult to injury. Poor Kevin and Dad, stuck with a useless woman like you. Seeing me break down and cry, Ashley left with a scoff. Kevin found me crying alone and rushed over. Hey, what's wrong? Patricia, are you hurt? I really wanted to pour my heart out, but I couldn't bring myself to. The bond between Ashley, Kevin, and Thomas was strong, and they got along well. If Kevin and Thomas still defended Ashley, even after knowing what she's been doing to me, that was what I feared most of all. Don't cry. Look, I went to volunteer at children's homes today. When I told them about your surgery, Charles gave me this for you. Kevin handed me a folded piece of paper. When I opened it, Patricia, get well soon. I'm waiting. Love you. Looking at the clumsy letters written with crayon, I felt a warmth in my heart. That's right. I need to focus on getting through the surgery and getting better. Then I can visit Charles and the other children again. That day, I had a new goal. And then came the day of the surgery. When I woke up, it was all over. There was no metastasis, and the surgery was successful. While grappling with an indescribable sense of loss, I spent my time in the hospital. During this period, Kevin and Thomas frequently visited, which lightened my heart a bit. I'm so glad the surgery went well, and you're safe, Patricia. Patricia, if there's anything you want, just let us know. Despite everything with Ashley, I felt truly grateful to have married Kevin and lived with Thomas. Thank you so much, Kevin, Thomas. Don't mention it. Let's celebrate when you're discharged. Yes, we'll invite Ashley too. Let's celebrate together. I couldn't bring myself to say, please don't invite Ashley, and just gave an awkward smile. Now that I no longer have a uterus, what would Ashley say to me next? The thought weighed heavily on my mind. However, in front of Kevin and Thomas, Ashley always put on a good face and never said anything unpleasant to me. Maybe if I stay close to Kevin and Thomas, I'll be fine. Or perhaps no one would be cruel to someone who just underwent a major surgery and got discharged. I held on to that hope. And then, on the day of my discharge, Thomas and Kevin, as they had mentioned before, hosted a welcome home party at our house. They carefully chose and prepared my favorite foods that I could eat. The table was laden with various dishes, and beautiful flowers were arranged. Their thoughtfulness made me smile. When it was time, Ashley arrived. She was alone today, having left the kids at home. Oh, Patricia, you've been through so much. Ashley, oddly cheerful, sat next to Thomas with a smile. Kevin and I sat across from them, and the party started. Ashley immediately began drinking the wine she had brought. You've had a hard time, Patricia. Remember, you can rely on me for anything you need. Ashley said this in an exaggeratedly concerned tone. Yes, thank you, Ashley. Thanks for coming, Ashley. Patricia, you can count on Ashley as if she's your real sister. Right. I'm happy to see Patricia and Ashley getting along. I managed to smile, but I couldn't swallow my food. As the party reached its halfway point, a tipsy Ashley brought out a large paper bag. Patricia, I've prepared a gift to celebrate your discharge. Thank you. Inside the white paper bag was a box, carefully wrapped and tied with a ribbon. Make sure you look at it alone later, okay? Just leave it in the next room for now. Okay, I understand. Following Ashley's instruction, I carried the present to the next room, feeling a sense of unease. A discharge celebration gift, huh? Ashley is so thoughtful. Ah, we should have prepared something too. Oh, stop it. Compliments won't get you anything. Returning to the living room, I found the three of them chatting. I tried hard to join in. I'm a bit drunk. I'll just go to the bathroom. As I attempted to join the conversation, Ashley stood up and left the room. I quietly got up too, unable to stop thinking about the earlier gift. The present, wrapped in pastel-colored paper with a light blue ribbon. I opened Ashley's gift in the next room, with the sound of Thomas and Kevin's laughter in the background. When I saw what was inside, I screamed in an indescribable voice and threw the entire box into the trash can. Rage surged through me. I never imagined she could be this malicious. No matter what happens, I can never forgive Ashley. A loud noise from the trash can attracted Kevin and Thomas. What's going on, Patricia? What did you do with that? Seeing me breathing heavily in front of the trash can, Kevin looked shocked. Patricia, how could you throw away a gift from Ashley? Exactly! Apologize to Ashley! Thomas and Kevin, with disapproving looks, both admonished me. Trembling, I pointed at the trash can. Look at what's inside! Kevin peered skeptically into the trash can. Kevin took out the present that Ashley had given from the trash can. It was a set of baby clothes in pale pink. There were also numerous adorable baby items like pacifiers and bibs. Kevin's face grew increasingly pale. Hey, what is this? Ashley gave this? Ashley gave this to Patricia? Today? Holding the baby clothes and trembling, Kevin and Thomas looked at me as I thrust a pink message card at them. This is the message that came with it from Ashley. The message card read, If you can bear a child, go ahead, you useless woman. Written in Ashley's handwriting. Seeing me collapse in tears, Kevin and Thomas stared intently at the message card. What's going on? What happened? Ashley returned from the bathroom and peeked into the room. Seeing the baby clothes in Kevin's hand and the message card Thomas was holding, her expression momentarily showed she knew she had made a mistake. What? Patricia, I told you to open it later. Hey, Ashley, what is this all about? Kevin's face turned red with anger, a sharp contrast to his usual calm demeanor. Oh, Kevin, don't be so angry. Did you really do this? Such a terrible thing? It was just a little joke, you know? Just a bit of fun. Are you joking? Do you have any idea what Patricia has been through with her surgery? Well then, let me speak my mind. Ashley, who had been smiling flippantly, suddenly turned serious. You married, couldn't have kids, and then had to have your uterus completely removed. Why keep such a big piece of trash in the house? I'll introduce Kevin to a nice girl who can have children. Why don't you get a divorce? What? Kevin looked at Ashley in utter shock. Let's go back to being a happy family of 3. Just Dad, Kevin, and me. Why not cut ties with such a bad luck charm? We don't need her, right? It was too much. Just as Kevin and I were about to retort, a quiet voice spoke. Yes, you're right. It's time to cut ties. It was Thomas. Oh no, even Thomas too? Thinking this, my heart felt constricted. Of course, you're no longer needed. After Ashley spoke, Thomas continued. It's you, Ashley, that we are cutting ties with, as of today. What? Now it was Ashley's turn to look shocked. Wait, Dad, what are you saying? I've been too lenient just because she's my only daughter. To think she's grown into such a heartless person? I'm ashamed of myself. Thomas continued in a calm voice, but it was laced with immense anger. I'll say it again, Ashley. I'm cutting ties with you as family. Also, our company will cease all dealings with your husband's family business. Dad, what are you saying? If you do that, I'll be thrown out. That's your problem. You're no longer welcome in this house. Leave, now! Thomas pushed Ashley towards the door, ushering her out. What the? Even Dad and Kevin? Defending such a flawed woman? What's wrong with you all? Ashley yelled as she left, and Kevin shouted back. The flawed woman here is you! Get out and never come near us again! The front door closed, and Kevin and Thomas locked it with a chain. Then they rushed over to me. Patricia, I'm sorry. I should have realized sooner. I'm truly sorry. Patricia, I'm sorry for the pain you've suffered. From now on, tell us anything you need. I cried while Kevin held me by the shoulders. It's finally over now. I was enveloped in a sense of relief. 6 months later, Kevin and Thomas had indeed cut off all ties with Ashley. She tried to contact us persistently for a while, but we ignored her completely, and she eventually stopped. Thomas ended the business dealings with Ashley's in-laws' company, explaining the reason to them. As a result, Ashley was blamed by her husband and in-laws, and now had to live with her parents-in-law due to financial difficulties. Ashley, who had never worked since her marriage, was now doing part-time work while taking care of her children. It's none of my concern now, but I do hope Ashley learns a bit about the pain of others. As for us, we recently finalized the adoption of Charles from children's homes after careful consultation. Charles calls us Dad and Mom and has grown close to us, which makes us happy. Thomas also adores Charles. We want to bring happiness to a child like Charles since we can't have our own. Now we spend our days peacefully, with these thoughts in mind.